Hey guys, I was trying to set up to go live on my laptop, but I think I need something called an encoder and I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on. Just make sure we clear here. Hold on a minute. I'm on my phone. That's better. Hey guys, I'm trying to figure this out, okay? So just kind of bear with me. I'm on my phone and I totally wanted to be on my laptop for this. But let me try to get comfortable here. So I got an hour to live stream with you guys and then I have a coaching session. All right. How are you guys? Let me see. Are you able to leave chats? This is my first time doing... Okay, there, I can see it. Hey, Tracy. Hi, Morris. Hey, Shar. Aw, I see all my day ones popping in. Hey. Aw. I know this was kind of sporadic. Like, I'm really good. How are you doing, Tracy? I wanted to try to figure out how to make, like, it looked like these little Facebook posts y'all see other people doing. I wanted to kind of announce it and forewarn you guys, but what it be? That's good. How's everybody doing? So, I was going to wait until we had 5,000, which would probably be like next month. But I figured, with today, that's what's up. That's what's up, Tracy. That's the whole ideal. And with today being World National Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day, Thank you, Shar. You look great too, girl. Yeah. A lot of people need to understand about it. Hey, Dawn. There's another day one. Dawn been there from the beginning. So I figured, you guys could ask me whatever questions you want. And I was trying to think of a topic that I could generally talk about as well. Aw, thanks, sweetie. So, gosh, I got a lot going on here. Hold on, let me see. Let me just navigate a little bit on here. All right, wait, I missed the question. Oh, thank you, C-Main. Oh, I can scroll back up. All right. I thought somebody asked me a question. Oh. Yeah, I can't really, it's interesting doing this on a cell phone. It's very interesting. Like, my face and everything is kind of covered by the chats. It's kind of covered by the chats. I don't have on anything special. I really don't. Like a basic... Nice to talk to you too, Tia. Yeah. So, all right. Anybody got any questions to throw at me? Do narcs ever feel bad? I might need to mute my phone. They don't feel bad for you. You know, they might feel bad for themselves, you know, in their own delusion. It's not really about feeling bad for other people because they're so self-focused. So unfortunately, no, they're not feeling bad. And then if they're a psychopath, you can forget about that. And that's the thing. Shard, you haven't heard from the creature since he pulled up beside your car screaming your name. He went ghost. I guess he wanted me to break no contact. Yeah. Thank you, Dawn. I love my red. I love my red lipstick. Right. Yeah, the more the merrier to them. Trust me on that. If they could keep you as secondary pink chiff on love, they will certainly do that. I know. I thought it would be fun. Where am I at in my recovery? I feel like I'm at the end of the rainbow. You know, I have so much control because I procreated with my narcissists, both of them. So I have a lot of self-control with them, and it's really not much they could do to get under my skin, honestly. He tries all the time, but, you know, being as though, hold on a minute. Yeah, but what I used to, so can I make this? How did I go no contact to break the trauma bonds? Okay. Hold on. Let me go back to where am I at in recovery? I'm calm. I'm super calm because I know what they are and I see their steps from 100 miles away. It's hard for them to get me to be any type of supply to them. And even if they think I'm being a supply to them, I already know what I'm doing, and chances are they're the puppets, not me. Right. Yeah. P. Jeanette Marie, they will hoover if they haven't accepted it. Hey. All right, I might be. All right, let me keep going down. How did I go no contact to break the trauma bonds? Well, with my ex-husband, there was domestic violence, so I removed myself out of the household. Okay, so I literally, and with the second narcissist, we never lived under the same roof. You know, I had talked to a family member about what was going on, and I moved states away initially because I wasn't sure if I was going to be safe, and I just needed that distance. But then that was a kicker in itself. I won't talk about that in this live stream. I'm moving forward and finally feeling free. My baby and I are very happy. That's good, C-Mean. It gets better. I can tell you're healed because you're glowing like here. You look very relaxed and confident. I am, child. Trust me. This narcissist, they're very disillusioned, and he tries, but it never works. I gray rock. I used to gray rock. There we go. Beverly just took the words out of my mouth. Gray rock down to 0 if that is doable, right? But for those of you co-parenting, just gray rock. Gray rock. How do narcissists pull off these intricate manipulative psychological tactics, yet many of them are not even intelligent and they dupe very smart individuals? Well, Michelle, they're able to pull it off because you got to remember, they didn't just start doing this today or yesterday. They've been doing this all their lives. So they go find kind-hearted people who don't know, you know, and if you bump into someone that's giving people the benefit of the doubt, someone that's yearning for a relationship, and it appears that the narcissist is what they need. You know, they're mirroring the person. They learn how to be manipulative, and then they get with people who aren't manipulative, who aren't about that life. So you're not, you know, it's kind of like someone that's from the streets who knows street smarts and someone that's book smarts. You're not, your mind isn't on that realm of thinking. So a lot of people aren't from the streets, so they're not going to understand that life. And they find people who are naive to stuff and who are a little gullible, nice. That's good, Chris, that you're feeling healed now. How do you know if the next relationship is genuine and not love bombing again? Give it time. Give it time. You can't just fall just because it feels good. You can enjoy what's going on without falling in love with one day. Remember, we're going to give it time. Narcissists, they like to rush. So if you're giving it time, you'll be able to see. And a lot of times they say stuff that they're not going to deliver. That's another way that you can figure that out. They're going to make a bunch of promises and not deliver on you. How do you, okay, I read that one. I watch your love bomb video every day just to get me ready for his bombing. Yeah. Yeah. That was real talk in that video. The love bomb phase, that's the most offensive to me because that's when they're pretending, you know? They're pretending the hardest at that phase. Brown lives matter. Yes. Do you cross state custody? Do I have state custody advice? Beverly Bussy, are you currently in court now? Has the narcissist initiated this custody? That will be my first two questions. Because if the narcissist is not coming for you and they're at bay, your videos about fucking... Yeah. I haven't got a Hoover yet. Good, Chris. It's good when they don't Hoover. That means there's somebody else's problem, or perhaps they're accepting that you're not going to be that supply that they need, or they might be dealing with somebody else, and when that flop, they'll come back. You never know with them. But it's really about what you're going to accept, guys. How is co-parenting for you? There's no such thing as co-parenting with a narcissist, honestly. You know, co-parenting, that insinuates some type of shared responsibility. Chances are, if you've had a child with a narcissist, you're pulling all the weight. And they're like a long-distance relative that shows up every 10 years or something. A day late and a dollar short. What about the Hoover? What about it? You know, just because someone tries to get you back doesn't mean that you have to give in to it, guys, if you know what they're doing. And you gotta, and if they keep hoovering you, it may be something that you're doing, it's possible, that's sending them a signal that they can get you. Because they know, most of the time they know when it's dead. Yeah, it is sad, Tracy, that they use and abuse. Yeah, read The Art of War, the 48 Laws of Power. We've been talking about that on this channel. Give the narcissist what he's dying for. Nah, we need to starve them of what they're dying for. I told my narcissist I wanted to leave, and he told me that he will take the kids. Is he on the birth certificates? Are you guys married? Thank you so much for your content, Lakia. It's nice knowing you aren't alone in all of this, right? There's a lot of people, sweetie. Yes, they are horrible. A non-Hoover is a blessing. Get your shields up. It was 18 months before I got mine. I was well studied and I still fell back anyway. Yeah. Well, we don't want to be grade A supply. That's the whole thing. We want to be F. We want to be flunking S supply. You know, we don't want to be grade A supply, Chris. If you're saying that as far as you were a good man, you had a lot to offer the narcissist, that's one thing. But bowing down to someone, letting somebody use you, we don't want to be grade A supply. You'll never get rid of them that way. You're married. I had to go. Low contact with my second oldest sister. Any idea on grieving the loss? It just takes time, guys, you know, for when it's a family member or anybody that you love. It just takes time. It's giving yourself time to accept who they are. You know, you can be a good man to someone else. That's right, Tracy. To someone that's not a narcissist or a toxic person. I'm up on it. It's not a chance in hell because people in hell want ice water, starve them and let them be parched. Yeah, pretty much. Caught mine's cheating and broke up via email that day. Then she pulled the reverse card. Yeah. They like to flip the script on you and reverse the table. You're doing everything that they're actually doing. My ex-narcissist just blew up on me, screaming and yelling at me because I just called him out for treating me so bad. Yeah, sounds like a narc rage and a narc injury and a diversion because, you know, in trying to train you as well, while they're blowing up and acting all erratic, they're hoping that you're backing down from the conversation and nothing gets resolved and you won't want to have that unpleasant experience again. I've been with one for 15 years. How can you handle the dissonance? Why would you want to handle that, Letitia? The whole thing is to get away from it so you will stop having to use cognitive dissonance. I'm planning to go no contact with my whole family. I always feel the scapegoat. My narcissist dad is the problem, and I really do not like all the flying monkeys running around. Well, that's the good thing about being an adult now. You gotta live your own life, and if that's what you're feeling, you gotta be true to yourself and protect yourself and create the distance that you need to create and be around people that honor you and lift you up. Do you think these people are demons? I do think that demons are inside of them. Yes, I do feel like there's a demonic aspect to this. And that's why it hurts your spirit so bad, more than anything, when you get deeply involved with these people. I wonder, do a narc ever wake up and realize what they are? Do they have full awareness? I think the higher range narcissists understand more than the lower range ones, but I also believe that the lower range ones know that they're off, or else why are they creating these false personas? What are they trying to hide, right? They understand something. It just varies to what degree, as far as how conscious they are in themselves. He was going crazy and cussing. Yep, they're demons. They know what they are. They just don't want to work on it. Right. They definitely deny everything. That's what I was, and I learned and got it. Do you go live on Instagram? I never have, but I should. This is my first time going live, period. I've been on Facebook for years. I haven't even never gone live on there either. So, right. Happy Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. That's what, made me want to come on here and do this video to begin with. My old bank, my ex on a rage and rampage about. They usually aren't, the lower range ones aren't good with money, but you can find narcissists in, highly powerful positions, because they're shrewd businesses, almost perfect for corporate America, So, if they apply themselves, they probably could go high in that type of setting. All right. But, I guess I could talk about some of the things that I've been seeing in my coaching sessions as well, guys. And so that a lot of you won't fall back into these traps. But, someone that I was recently coaching, I wanted to point this out to you guys, is they realized the patterns, they connected it back to their past, which is a beautiful thing, and they realized that their relationships with the narcissists were getting shorter and shorter. So you'll find that as you're starting to become more and more aware, or you'll see that your relationships were lasting shorter and shorter because you were starting to wake up and realize things. Can you guys hear those beeps? So give yourself credit for that, But the one thing that we have to do is slow our rolls. I see that as a running theme with people who have fallen into narcissistic abuse, rushing too fast into things. We have to slow it down. We have to slow it down. And we have to actually build up our emotional maturity as well. The narcissists, they're emotionally immature, but there's a part of our emotional immaturity that needs to be developed usually as well. Okay? And that's learning how to see angles. It's not falling for everything that somebody tells you right off the bat. Be a person that's about a person's actions more than what they tell it, especially ladies, because they say we fall in love with our ears. But we need to see stuff. And no more whirlwind relationships. Okay? If you have suffered from narcissistic abuse, no more whirlwind relationships. No more of that, guys. It might work for Sarah, Danny might be able to do it, but not you. Not you. Just to protect yourself, you've been through enough. No more whirlwind relationships. All right? Slow your roll. You can set the tempo and the pace in your relationships. It doesn't matter how quick somebody's trying to rush you. Yes, it is. Setting your boundaries. And a lot of times I talk to people in their coaching sessions and they start the relationship off settling. You have your deal breakers and you're already bending on them for the narcissist right off the bat. So have your deal breakers, guys, and don't bend on them for people. And setting boundaries, that's a good way to find out if they are narcissists, because we know they don't like boundaries. They don't like boundaries. Okay. Let me see if I could find that list. It surely is. Oh my gosh. Because I'm sure you guys could think back at how much that person ran over your boundaries left and right. I know I could. I'm trying to find the 48 laws. That might be fun to jump into that and just skim through them. And you know what? I'm going to pull that up on my laptop. I could just look. You know what? I had a thing of it. How do you not bend on your deal breakers? By putting your foot down. By putting your foot down. By saying this is what it is and that's it. It's not hard. Who cares if that other person don't like it? It's your life. It's the kind of yeah, stand firm. Don't have a deal breaker and treat it like it's dispensable, like it's something that could be thrown out. Be serious about it. That's how people take you serious. Right, Tracy, and no contact. If someone doesn't respect your deal breaker, you have to treat them like someone that didn't respect your deal breaker. Don't reward bad behavior. I'm trying to find that 48 laws of power. I have so much paperwork around here. Do they ever have the capacity to love their kids? No. No. It's unfortunate. They have the capacity to make it appear like things. They're about their image. I haven't met one narcissist that even acted like they loved their kids in the long term. I haven't seen it yet. Right, Shar. That's right. Dawn, you got to look at your perspective, Dawn. But you're saying you're caring too much. Are you caring too much about yourself or other people? I mean, I know you mean other people, but what about you, Dawn? That's the whole thing. You have to turn that inward. You have some shadow work to do, Dawn, because you're bent on putting other people ahead of you at that point when you're stuck on caring for another person beyond. There you go, Tracy. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Anything that they do is for images and to cover their tail for some reason. Yeah, they're just opportunists. You know, now if one of their children got successful or was doing something, they'll probably want to get the limelight of that. But are they going to be the ones there taking them to practice every day and on the ground level? Nah. Don't hold your breath. Right. Do the abuse starts when the narc is a child? Yes, I believe so. They were abused as well, but they decided to go left with things. You know, kind of like the person that got molested as a child and now they're molesting people. Instead of getting hurt, instead of facing their hurt, and doing their shadow work, right. Sorry about that, Tia. Only spent time with our son when I gave him attention. No attention. Yeah. I can relate to that. I've had instances where I felt like, you know, the attention was on me and not the child. There you go, E. Amos. Put yourself first. And that's not even selfish. Putting yourself first is not selfish. That's self-love. Okay? What's this? It's just a live chat, Jonathan. Yes, they are great pretenders. Yeah, yeah. Our experiences in life, we can learn from them. Even the unpleasant ones, we learn the most from those, okay? Got to do the work on that, Tracy. Wow. I'm sorry about that, Dawn. All right, let me see. Domestic violence, that's a subtle sign of narcissism right there. That was a video that I'm prepping for about the subtle signs. And I was making a video on co-parenting pretty soon as well, because it's really like parallel, something called parallel parenting. You can forget about co. I'm in those shoes as we speak. I don't know. Why is it so hard to believe, Letitia? The person actually showed you. It's right before your eyes. Believe it. Because with it being hard to believe, someone else will get over on you as well. You got to believe this. I went through a stage where I hated people, Chris. I did. I didn't want to be bothered. Oh my gosh. I took almost 18 months away from people. I became such an introvert during that time, but you know, it was a part of my process, and I think it's a part of all survivors. They go through that phase where they just a little hypervigilant and they just rather just be in a little bit of a cocoon. But during that time, I was doing the shadow work as well, guys. So it served its purpose. I didn't stay in it forever, but I was in it for quite some time, and you know, because I had went through a lot. Well, time will show you, Deanne Jones, whether the love bombing versus the genuine. Time. But think about it. Most people who have something to lose, most people who are healthy-minded, they usually like to take their time with people because they know what they're bringing to the table, and they want to make sure that the other person is going to be the right person. Usually people want to take their time with that. So when someone's being so hasty, like they don't have nothing to lose, basically, because they don't have nothing to lose. They're not attaching their heart. In every circle is a Judas. We have to remember that when you realize what you're dealing with, it will become very clear on these creatures. Yeah, there's usually a Judas lurking around. That's why I made a video about trust. I don't know how many of you guys watched that video. And I told you, you don't trust nobody 100%, if at all. Why? Because nobody's perfect. The day we have a perfect human being is the day that you can trust somebody 100%. Until then, what to do if he proposes, but he's triangulating and hoovering at the same time? Turn that proposal down and kick him to the curb. Are you kidding me? You're trying to marry me, but yet you're triangulating me with another person. What kind of marriage is that going to be? Don't be so stuck on getting married that you accept anything, guys. Don't be so stuck on having a relationship. Thank you, JT. Aw, thank you, Natasha. I don't know how I got here, but it makes sense. Hey, I love that TED picture. Hi, you are looking awesome. Aw, thank you. It's almost like they want you dead. They use all of your financial resources. Then he went to ghost you, but God, I thank him for saving me. Yeah. They're energy vampires. They will suck the life out of you if you stay in there. If you stay in there, they will keep going until you have nothing else to give, and then it will just be on to the next. They will not be in that hospital room waiting with you unless you put them on a life insurance policy and it's like pull the plug after 1 second. That's what you're going to be looking at. Be careful, guys. I seen it. My health started going down because you're around that dirty energy. It's not good for you. They exhaust you in all kinds of ways, but yeah, financially that's rough, especially in today's world. Thank you. I feel as if I'm codependent. I watched your video, so it's helping. Yeah. Yeah. I call the hastiness the jack-in-the-box tactic. I know, right? And they pop out all crazy. Hello, Miss Reed. God bless you too, Ali. I don't trust nothing. I'm thinking most people are trying to work an angle on me. Everyone has an agenda on some level. And you have yours as well. Even if the agenda is pure and positive in intention, but everyone has some type of a motive. But with a narcissist, they don't care, if they devastate you to achieve their motive. You know what I mean? They have no morals about that. They don't have a low. It makes good people bad people. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It can make good people aware people. It's your awareness that needs to go up, your emotional intelligence. Yeah. I tell myself, remember my experience at him when I start to miss that monster. Yeah, it's crazy. Those soul ties, them trauma bonds, that enmeshment. Let's see. I never knew so many people hurt millions of people. I understand, sweetie. I understand. Ooh, do I understand? I gotta make a video pretty soon about the financial aspects of things. I'm being hoovered too a lot after 15 years being away. Any normal... Well, normal, that's all relative, but how about let's just start with non-toxic people, okay? Finding love after narcissistic abuse is so hard. So hard. I wouldn't say that it's so hard. I mean, after narcissistic abuse, you should be able to see things a little better, if you're out of that hypervigilant stage, okay? Question, Lakia, how do you improve your emotional intelligence? Learning your lessons, number one. And learning about manipulative people. That's how you improve it. Knowing what's going on out here. Education. That's how you improve it. And believe it. Learn how to see angles. That's how you improve your emotional intelligence. Learning how to see angles. Not falling for things at first glance. I was lucky, had very sweet narcs, enjoyed taking her to dinner. Okay, JT. Hi, finally chatting with you. You are great. Oh, God bless you too, sweetie. Knowledge is power. Had I only learned about narcissists much earlier, he would never have gotten this far. 15 years, yeah. Sometimes they get you young, too. Nah. Okay. We need to really talk one-on-one about narcs. Sure, Chris. Yeah, I do coaching, guys. You know, Chris opened that up a little bit, but I do coaching. You just email coachlakia@gmail.com and we could do a phone session. We can do a Skype. We can do emails. It's very helpful. If any of you ever did my coaching, go ahead and shout it out here. I'm concentrating on me, loving who I am, and eventually love will come at the right time. God's timing is best. Will they get their karma? Yes. I made a video about that if you want to go check that out. But they live part of it every day. But yeah, I think they get the big guy too. They constantly getting knocked out. We just don't always get to see it. God's timing. And ask God if the person is ordained for you in that case as well. When new people come into your life, ask God about them. They do. They get their karma. We think they don't. All right, let me see something here. So I got about 20 more minutes to stay on live chat, guys. If you have any questions. I'm looking for my 48 Laws of Power. I might just pull it up on my laptop because that's always fun to get into. 10 traits empathic people. Let's see. Oh, here it is. All right, let's get into some of these. Say less than necessary. That's law number 4, guys. Always say less than necessary. When you are trying to impress people with words, the more you say, the more common you appear and the less in control. Even if you are saying something important, it will seem original if you make it vague, open-ended, and Spanx-like. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. So learn how to say less with the narcissist. For those of you who still have to communicate with the narcissist, you know, just like when you go in the courtroom, they'll say, just say yes or no. They'll tell you do not give more information than necessary. All right? Not reacting to them is hard. It isn't when you understand that it's a part of their supply. It's very easy for me to not react to it because the person is this big to me now. And once I see what they're doing, and I know that they want a reaction from me, that they're doing this to try to trigger me, it's kind of like me being a 50-year-old person, and that's a 3-year-old child right there that's throwing a tantrum. I don't have to go down to the 3-year-old child's level, no matter what they're doing. They could have broken an expensive vase. They could fallen out, causing a scene. They're 3 years old and I'm 50. I'm not going to go to their level. Once you start getting that way with them, you've taken all the power back. If it's still hard, then they still have some control over you, Tracy. Mine's dying of diabetes. He's had it for 15 years. Yeah. How do they trap you in their cycle and you know better? Because you're addicted. You're addicted to when it's good. You get addicted to when it's good. And also, sometimes our self-esteem gets so battered until we don't think we could get better. Also, sometimes we feel like we love them so much that we accept the dysfunction. And we'll put love in quotes. Yes, Tracy, that's where I have trouble too. That means they still have control over you and you still care too much if they can get under your skin like that. You shouldn't be caring about nothing that narcissist is doing, who they're sleeping with, who they're with now, or who's the golden child now, and all the bullshit and shenanigans. They do sound stupid. Especially them lower range ones. Oh, gosh, so ignorant. I do believe once you cleanse the negative energy, the residue is gone and you will draw positive energy towards yourself. Right. Yes, you will. You can draw positive energy towards yourself even when you still have that negative energy in you. It's just that you won't be able to receive it because you're too toxic still. You won't be ready for it. But you'll attract less of it, chances are. I learned to say less the hard way. Oh, yeah. Because out of anger, you want to tell them how you're setting them up, and you just blurt it out because it felt good in the moment, and now you just gave your whole card. You showed your whole deck. All right, let me look at another law. Narcissists do number 11. They try to keep you dependent on them. They do law number 13 as well. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest. You know, they want to love bomb you and do things that, you know, if you do this for them, they do that for you, or this is what you'll get out of it. We already talked about law 14, pose as a friend and work as a spy. We talked about law 15 about crushing your enemy, taking the hope away from the narcissist. But in order to take the hope away from them, you can't have any hope. If you're still holding on to a drop, even if it's 1%, how are you going to crush them and you're still holding on to something? You know, you haven't let go completely. They use law number 16, use absence to increase, you know, respect and honor. But let's say like to increase appeal. You know, when they've discarded you, when you're missing them, they're using their absence to eventually pull you back in if you fall for that. You don't want to do that. Alenia Alexandra. Yeah. Well, you know, they've mastered it. They've been sleeping around. You know, but I do hear about people who've had bad sexual experiences with them, but most people have had great sexual experiences with them. You know. So we talked about that one. They like law number 20, do not commit to anyone. Yeah, if they could have 100 different supplies, honey, they would be in heaven, okay? He works as a mental health caseworker. How funny idea that is. Comical. That maybe those people rubbed off on him. Huh, he's probably rubbing off on them, making them sicker. Don't worry about it, Dawn. Don't be around to listen to the mocking. My ex could say she is terminal, and I hear crickets. Right? Are a lot of them undercover downloads? I believe so. I do. I think they're very free sexually. You think so, JT? You think she really tried to love you if she's a narcissist? Hey, Patricia. The lower range are the worst. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I was talking about labels in a session the other day, and the person kept saying, my husband this, my husband that. And the person, they're pending a divorce. He's moved on, living with another woman. I'm like, you got to stop saying that. Start mentally getting yourself ready for that divorce, because he is certainly not your husband anymore. And he never was her husband in the spirit. He wasn't her husband in the spirit, or else he wouldn't have did all that stuff. He wasn't the person that God ordained for her. So it was never going to be fruitful. Right? They're very immature, Shar. You need to paint your wall, JT. You don't need to be looking at that image. Is that hypocritical or ironic or what? Mine is my husband, and yes, I have suspicion of that too. Yeah, I think they'll do anything for money. Do you mean the broke, busted ones? Yeah, that's usually the lower range ones. They use law number 25, recreating yourself. Because we know they transform for every person. So that that person will let their guard down. Oh, this person is just like me. Lie. I don't have no children. Oh, yeah, I grew up there too. All right, let's see here. They do law number 32, play to people's fantasies. So in the love bomb phase, when they're finding out everything you want and desire, they're going to play to that. They know that's their way in. Discover each man's thumbscrew. They want to find out what makes you tick as well. Law number 33. Mastering the art of timing. Narcissists, they know when to discard, don't they? Kick you when you're down, huh? They do. This is all manipulative stuff. Okay, get others to play the cards you deal. That's what I want you guys to do. Law number 31, start getting others to play the cards you deal for your life. The narcissists do it. You got to do it for your life. The narcissist is not the one calling the shots for your life. Okay. Let me get back on C here. Thank you for being here. It's good to know. Yeah, you are definitely not alone. Trust me on that one. If well or rich, they would drain you of your resources that they don't need just so you're stuck or being dependent on them. Well, they want to bring you down to their level. Narcissists don't even love themselves. That's true, Dawn. They don't. Look how they treat themselves. So people can't give what they don't have. I was telling somebody this last night in a coaching session. And it was like, I can't believe this person would lie to me and treat me this way. I'm like, sweetie, he lies to himself every day. He's not giving you any more than he's given himself. He's not giving you any more than he's given himself. And you guys take it so personally. It's how they treat themselves too. They're wearing a mask for themselves too. They are leeches. Oh boy, are they leeches. But they can only leech if you let them. When they meet the new target, they become them. They mirror. That's left over with your good qualities. That's how they love bomb them. And we gave them The cycle go on and on. Yes, they are liars, honey. Habitual. I pressed those changes and he didn't see it coming. There you go. You flipped the script on him. See, now they don't do Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Oh, the narcissists, they want free lunches all day. What is offered for free is dangerous. It usually involves either a trick or hidden obligation. And this is what they do to you in the love bomb phase. They're trying to give you a lot of free lunches, aren't they? And there's a trick and hidden obligations tied in there. What has worth is worth paying for. By paying your own way, you stay clear of gratitude, guilt, and deceit. It is also often wise to pay the full price. There is no cutting corners with excellence. Be lavish with your money and keep it circulating, for generosity is a sign and a magnet of power. We know they're not generous. Oh, beggars, yes. Hold on a minute. I lost 20 pounds when I was with her. 20 pounds. Okay, got you. Okay, JT. Never thoughts of brand new thinking. New thoughts and brand new thinking. New beginnings are here, and all the talk about new beginnings are here. All the talk about is he need money. Right. They'll say they need money even if they don't. They just want more. Try to act like he loves me, opening car doors in front of fellow believers, paying charity, and treating their spouse abusively behind closed doors, and even twisting stuff around on their partner. Exactly. That's textbook, all of that. Bums, yes. Them lower range ones, oh my Lord. Ugh, that's the worst right there. Frauds, con artists, yeah. Took the words out my mouth. Off topic, but your makeup is cute. Thanks, sweetie. I use Lancome. I've been down with Lancome for years. I do CoverGirl sometimes too. She made me feel like Superman. Right. That's the whole point. And then you drop your guard down because a man wants to feel like a man, and he wants to be around a woman that makes him feel like a man. They always underestimate. They always think they're smarter. I think she looks good too. Okay. He thought I would always stay. Yeah, they're very cocky and arrogant. I worked hard and paid all the bills with the narc. Renee, are you a female? If I ever dared, expected him to pay. Okay, you are. I had hell to pay. Girl, don't you ever accept that again. To each his own, but I have a thing with a woman doing that. He knew I was going to leave, right? And they always have their little plan B, C, maybe even into D. Let me see. Law number 43, work on the hearts and minds of others. You must seduce others into wanting to move in your direction. A person you have seduced becomes your loyal pawn. And the way to seduce others is to operate on their individual psyches and weaknesses. Soften up the resistant by working on their emotions, playing on what they hold dear and what they fear. So if you fear being alone, and if you hold dear to a relationship, that's what a narcissist can dangle in front of your face like a carrot. that you'll never get to bite, you know, the donkey with the carrot on the string. Ignore the hearts and minds of others and they will grow to hate you. So, but the thing with the narcissist is it's an illusion, you know. It's an appearance of this and that. It's not really actually what they're doing. All right, let's see here. Ooh. Yeah, I have like, what? How many videos I got up here now? Like 250? Guys, go through the playlist and take what you can from them. And I put them into playlists. I try to organize them, but if you go under the Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, I think every video is under that one, but then I kind of try to break it up. All right. Yeah, assume formlessness. They do that because they're very liquid, you know. They get in wherever they can fit in. They get in wherever they can fit in. And they gonna morph for whatever the supply, whatever they gotta do to survive, that's what they gonna morph into. And that's what they're gonna be next. Let me see. Mine really hate me because I made up my mind. Oh well. They're natural born haters and jealous. Yes, they are. They are haters. All right, guys. Well, it's about time for me to wrap this up. I have a 9 o'clock coaching session, and I don't want to be like right off of the live feed and into the phone call. Ironically, we used to laugh at Richard Pryor getting busted in The Wiz. I know. Isn't that funny? The Great Wiz. He came out, he was a coward. It's crazy how he is still convinced he did so much for me and I owe him, and it's the other way around, right? They're delusional, extremely delusional. It's crazy how he is still convinced. Okay, I read that one. Aw, not today, but you know what? I enjoyed this. You're welcome. You're welcome. That he didn't. It doesn't even matter, though. It doesn't matter what he insists on. It's over. Let him have his part of the story, and you have yours. You're welcome. You know what? I enjoyed this. I'm going to get more organized with it moving forward. We can put topics to the videos and we can just discuss them. You know, I'll bring a lot of information to the live chat or whatever the discussion is. Oh, you're welcome. I enjoyed doing this. I really do. And you see all them videos, you got to like it to do that many. All right, guys. It was wonderful talking to you guys tonight on World Awareness Day for Narcissistic Abuse. And hopefully we'll do more live chats and, you know, just put some topics. I'm going to be choosing my June free reading. So I'm going to go through my emails tonight and pick that person out. I should have, you know, it would have been cool if I had figured it out. I could have just announced it on here, right? It's all good. You be blessed too. Yes, predators. Predator free, honey. All right, guys, until next time. And thank you. Thank you to everybody that's been donating to the channel. I got to get in the habit of saying that. Thank you. All right, guys, talk to you next time.